morning, Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans. And today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for One Punch Man chapter 208. Now, before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my naughty kitty over there, Bad Senno, Bad Kitty, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon, where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So I can have my full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botch localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Dragon Ball Daima, or for the anime original portions of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, which we do have the first and fifth episodes available for free on Patreon. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 patron, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And that means if you're a $10 patron, you can decide if I will be tortured by covering One Punch Man Season 3. Yeah. And there's a stack fall anime season in full swing and more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So I am so excited right now with One Punch Man manga and also the webcomic, because the webcomic's getting good. Yes, I guess it is. But in the manga, we got original content because we got back to the Blast and Empty Void fight. And something that Empty Void did was absorb Blast's attack. And we got a kick-ass attack after that. But something that is kind of bothering me, and I'm hoping we're going to get it at some point, is we're going to see the scrolls. We need to get them ninja scrolls, because they do play a role, especially in Speed of Sound Sonic's case, later on in the Neo Hero / Blast arc. So I'm really, really hoping we're going to see the scrolls. The other thing that I'm kind of concerned about is if Saitama is going to get the kill on Empty Void. I really hope we're not going to get like an anticlimactic conclusion to this arc like we did in the webcomic. So far, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But man, if we do, where just Saitama just hits him with one punch after all this shit, I'm going to be really, really pissed. I want some, if you're going to have Saitama fight Empty Void, I want something epic. But anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. And damn, we have a hot cover for Tatsumaki. Yeah. And this chapter is titled, let's see, Perversity. There we go. It's titled Perversity. So there we go. We got Blast saving Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic. Damn. What is this? Like a jutsu? No. The village was just an experimental ground for creating monsters like this. Is he completely healed? No. Actually, woo! Just, oh! Ah! Just as you guessed. Oh my god, Void looks so hot! Oh my god! I had a feeling something was off ever since I absorbed that avatar's power. It seems like he was a failed creation, granted power by God while secretly holding a dark nature that defies it. Murata! Oh my god, this is beautiful. Man, we really are in the third modern manga renaissance. We're really in it! And it wasn't started by Murata this time! Nah! It was started by Azuchika up in Record of Ragnarok. But Jesus, this is beautiful. What a perverse bastard! Yes! However, as a result, your power of darkness that counters God no longer works on me. On top of that, I've also remembered my rage towards you that God's will made me forget. I threw the sunglasses to our Flashy Flash! like, dude, Blast is serious now. He's getting serious. He's like, dude, nah, we ain't playing games no more. Woo! Now this is the fight I was expecting. Yes! Thank you, manga gods. This is what I wanted from the Blast Empty Void fight. Thank you! Oh my god, I am so happy right now. Oh my god, Spiraling Windblade, dude, this is so fire. Oh my god, this is so sick. Okay, I do have one gripe though about this. I know it's weird, but this is Murata's art we're talking about here. It's a little stiff. I was hoping this would be a little bit more fluid and that there would be a little bit more shading. I know it's a minor gripe, but considering the art we've gotten in the past, I really was, I just a teeny, especially the Saitama GAROU fight in particular. And also the panel we just saw a couple pages ago. I would have loved to have just that shading and also that fluidity in the movement. Just a little bit more of that. But this looks beautiful. The light shine, that I know that light is beautiful, but man, just a little bit more shading would have just really taken it. Don't underestimate me just because you've dealt with my Dimension Cannon and Gravity Knuckle too! Oh, now there's my fluidity. There we go. Yeah. Yo! Okay, page 11, where Blast is coming through this dimensional hole. Yo! This is what I'm talking about in terms of shading. Yes, ma'am. Woo! If he escapes into a different dimension, I won't be able to track him. I can't give him the chance. No, you can't. This is fire. Uh-oh. Come on, Blast. Get his ass. Blast. Oh, shit. Did he cut off his arm? He cut off his arm. You can't teleport without putting your fists together, can't you? I'm sorry, I fucked this up. You can't teleport without putting your fists together, can you? Dude, I can't get over how hot Empty Void looks like right now. Your desperate tactic of using a boring magic trick to target my blind spot is disappointing. S-class rank 1 hero. You can't, dude, I can't get over how hot his face is. Oh my god. You can't dodge the dimension slash anymore. Watch as cities around the world, along with their citizens, get shredded while you just stand there doing nothing. You're still bad at lying. Your eyes are shifting. What? If you were the same, if you were the same I fought with 15 years ago, you would have immediately cut my head off. Oh, but now that you've absorbed Garou's factor, God's brainwashing is starting to wear off. Ooh, that's a good point, because remember with Garou Garou retained his free will. Garou wasn't brainwashed by God. And because of Garou's individuality and his free will that he retained, that brainwashing is gone. Woo! Ooh! This is very interesting, though. But, ooh. But nah, that slash. But he still slashed him. Ooh. So Blast is cut the fuck up. He is cut up. His legs are cut up. His arms cut up. Chest or shoulders cut up. Arms. I'm very curious what is going to happen here. Because I'm just thinking about what happened with GAROU. Because GAROU was fucking up Bang, despite all this. Despite, you know, having God's power and all that. So that's why I'm like, And he does look like, that's probably why I think he looks high, is because he does have GAROU's face. So I'm really curious where One and Murata are going to go with this writing. I really hope that they do. Nah, Blast is not going to die. There's no way. No. They can't kill off Blast because Blast has got to come back in the Blast, like later on, because we haven't seen Blast in the webcomic. So I'm just like, no. We got to see Blast. We have to. We got to see Blast. If you're telling me right now this means we're going to get, if Void kills off Blast, no, don't tell me this means we're not going to get the Blue Blast reunion. No fucking way. No. One, Murata, do not do that. Do not do that to me. Do not do that to me. I want to have that Blue and Blast reunion. That has been building up for so fucking long. Don't do that to me. Do not rob me of this. No. Because everything has been building up to where we are going to get the squad together and they were going to go fight God. I feel like part of it, this could be what Empty Void is doing. Is proving a point that is like, motherfucker, if you can't beat me, you're not going to beat God. There is that aspect, which I could be like, okay, if that's the point here that that Empty Void's trying to make, where he's like, yeah, you're not, since you can't beat me, bitch, there's no way in hell you could beat God. And still keep, Blast alive. Okay. Then there's the other thing, though, of him trying to protect Blast, and Empty Void trying to go and defeat God himself. But ultimately, it backfires, and Empty Void dies by God's hand. Now, if this goes in that direction, okay, if Empty Void dies by God's hand and not by Saitama's hand, I will totally accept that. I will completely accept that. I would actually like that more, especially with what Blast said here. With this. You're still bad at lying. Your eyes are shifty. What? If you were the same, if you were the same, it says but you were this, I think it's supposed to be if you were the same guy, I fought with, 15 years ago, you would have immediately cut my head off. But now that you've absorbed Garou's factor, God's brainwashing is starting to wear off. And remember I'm just thinking about what happened at the end of that stuff, at the end of the Garou and Saitama content. And Garou was defying God, and ultimately God was the one that technically, God was the one that killed Garou, let's be real. And Garou passed on his power to Saitama. I wonder if we're going to get that. That's another thing we could get too, where Empty Void does pass on his power to Blast. Now that is something I could see too. What do you guys think? How do you guys think this goes down? I just can't see Blast dying. Empty Void, it's a given. Based on what we saw in the webcomic, it is definitely a given that Empty Void is going to die regardless. It's just a matter of how he's going to die. Now, because he has the Garou factor up in there and God's brainwashing is going, I just can see it to where he, where I actually like the idea of Empty Void dying by God's hand and Empty Void passing on that power to blast. I really like that idea. I think that just would work so well. And then you don't have to worry about, then we don't have like that anticlimactic bullshit of, or fuckery of Saitama, like killing Empty Void like we had in the webcomic. I would actually be okay with that. But then there's one other thing though. Again, I mentioned this at the beginning and I've been mentioning for weeks. The other thing that I really hope gets brought up, and this would be before Empty Void is destroyed, and that is the scrolls. I swear, there's another thing that could happen. And I would be torn about this. There is the possibility, and this would have been foreshadowed a while back, and that would be Empty Void giving the power to Flashy Flash, and maybe Speed of Sound Sonic as well, and that would be the replacement for the scrolls. I do not know if that is the case. I do not know how I will feel about the scrolls being replaced with that. I really don't know how I would feel about that. Let me go back and see where it was here in this chapter that it was kind of mentioned here. Yeah, here it is. It was this. No, the village was just an experimental ground for, or no, it was this. What is this, a genjutsu? No, the village was just an experimental ground for creating monsters like this. I feel like the combination of this and for what happened when Empty Void tried to when he tried to have Flashy Flash had to trick Flashy Flash into touching the God Box. I feel like that kind of is foreshadowing this. I really do. Or like Empty Void gives Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic this power. I'm really curious what you guys think about this. Do you guys think that Empty Void is going to pass, like, we're going to have a situation similar to what we saw with Saitama and GAROU, where, remember with GAROU, he passed on the power to Saitama, but in this, and you remember God killed GAROU, but in this case, though, it would be, Empty Void, because he is rebelling against God, because of, you know, the GAROU factor and whatnot. He would be passing on the power to, it could be to Blast, or do you think that he's going to pass on the power to Flashy Flash and maybe even Speed of Sound Sonic as well, and if it goes that direction, that would replace the scrolls? Because if it's going to replace the scrolls, then it would definitely be passed down to both Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic. I will be so torn if it goes in that direction because I really like the scrolls. But at the same time, it's like, I got a feeling that that's where it's going to go. Either that, or it could be that they do get both the divine power and the scrolls. Because if that's the case, then that would kind of mean that it would confirm that both Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic are both gonna go fight God in the final fight. Otherwise, if they do get the scrolls later on, and only Flashy Flash gets the power, then it would just mean, at least in my opinion, that would mean Flashy Flash is going to be the only one to go fight God, and not Speed of Sound Sonic, which would kind of suck. And it wouldn't make sense either based on what Flashy Flash said about Speed of Sound Sonic having, the potential to have more power. And plus, not only that, remember, Sonic, back in the flashback, Sonic did see the God Box and see Empty Void. And what Flashy Flash does here, that the village was just an experimental ground for creating monsters like this. I'm very curious what you guys think. Based on this chapter and based on what we've seen, what direction do you think this is going to go in? Or do you think we're going to get something anticlimactic like we did in the webcomic where Saitama's just going to straight up kill Empty Void? Based on what we've seen here in this manga, I really hope it's not the latter. I really hope Saitama just doesn't... I really hope it's not Saitama just killing him. Please don't do that. Please don't. Please don't have it to be where Saitama kills him or Saitama gets the fucking power. Please don't fucking do that. I am begging you, don't do that. Have it at least go to Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic, because that would feel very, very satisfying and have everything come full circle. It would... But this, and also, I really just don't want Blast dying. The other thing is, again, I don't want Blast dying either, because I want that fucking reunion with, I want the reunion with Blast and Blue. But let me know what you guys think about this. What do you guys think is going to go down? Who do you think is going to get, because again, let's be real, I honestly think God's going to take out, Empty Void, which I will not be mad about. I will be so satisfied with that. But who do you think is going to get the power, kind of like a la like Saitama? Do you think it's going to be Void? Do you think it's going to be Flashy Flash? Do you think it's going to be Speed of Sound Sonic? Or do you think it's going to be like Speed of Sound Sonic and Flashy Flash? And do you think that it's going to replace the Ninja Scrolls? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing. I want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more One Punch Man content. That does include the webcomic as well. If you wish, you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon. Purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!